Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lydia Live, and I want to share a easy dinner recipe with you that you can try this week. This week when I was at Aldi, I saw the first squash of the season that they were selling, and I love Aldi for squash. They had butternut, they had acorn. This is a new favorite of mine. It's a spaghetti squash, and if you've never tried spaghetti squash, you just have to. First off, the inside of the squash, after you remove the first layer of seeds, has the center, when you scrape it with a fork, it comes out like spaghetti. 40 calories per cup. Much fewer calories than regular pasta, which is 200 a serving. Now you can dress this up with marinara and meatballs, or you could saute a little bit of the cooked spaghetti squash with some garlic and put some fresh Parmesan on it. So I'm going to show you right quick one of my favorite ways to cook spaghetti squash. What you do is you wash it in your sink very well with soap and water. Okay, you leave it whole. You take a really sharp knife and you pierce it about 5 or 6 times. You turn it and you pierce it. Simply place it in your crock pot, and this is for 1 large or 2 small. So I got a pretty large one at Aldi. Another reason I like to buy them at Aldi, they are sold by the squash. This is $2 at Aldi. A lot of times at other stores, they're going to be sold by the pound. So it's a certain price per pound. This one spaghetti squash was $2 at Aldi. So you know I'm an Aldi addict. You cook it on high for 3 hours or low for 4 to 5 hours, okay? You want to cut off the crock pot and let it cool after it cooks. And when you remove it from the crock pot, be really careful because the squash is going to be really flimsy. It's going to be cooked inside and really flimsy, so lift it out very easily. You want to put it on your counter, and you want to cut it lengthwise like this, and you want to open it up, and you want to gently scrape the layer of seeds. Now, not a bunch of the inside because that's what's going to be your spaghetti, but just remove those seeds. And then you want to take a fork and just scrape along the insides of it, and it'll come out like spaghetti. So that's going to be your substitute for regular wheat pasta. So like I said earlier, you can saute some of that cooked spaghetti squash. You can saute it with some garlic and a little bit of olive oil because it'll already be cooked. So heat up your olive oil, mince some garlic in there, get that hot, then add your spaghetti squash just to heat it up. Then you can grate some fresh Parmesan on that. So that's a wonderful side dish that you can use the spaghetti squash as a side dish. But for the main dish idea for supper this week is making spaghetti squash with quinoa meatballs and marinara sauce. So it's going to act just like spaghetti. So you are going to either use grass-fed beef is a great choice, ground turkey is a great choice, saute that, and you're going to make, if you're going to make meatballs, I'll share a recipe for quinoa meatballs where you can use beef or ground turkey. You're going to use cooked quinoa instead of breadcrumbs. It's a much better choice for you instead of breadcrumbs. So you're going to use cooked quinoa, beef or turkey, onions, some spices, and they're really going to taste good. So that's either a beef or turkey quinoa meatball recipe. Then you're going to buy some organic marinara at Aldi, or you may have your own canned sauce. This is a super deal. It's less than $2 for organic marinara at Aldi, and it is delicious. There's 2 varieties. So a great buy, and it's super easy to just pour this over your cooked meatballs, over your spaghetti squash for a wonderful, healthy dinner option. And your kids, I guarantee they will love it because it's going to be your meatballs and the sauce that's going to flavor it. The flavor of the spaghetti squash is pretty mild. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this idea. Spaghetti squash is such a versatile vegetable to use, and it's so easy to cook in the crock pot. So, you can get it ready in the morning, and that vegetables pasta will be ready to rock and roll before dinner. Hope y'all have a great rest of the day.